Are you one of the thousands who've been affected by all of the Google updates? If so, my friend, you are not alone. I am going to use this episode to share with you my personal experience, what happened to my blog, where I am now, and what I'm doing a little bit differently. So tune in and let's learn together. Hello, my creative friend. Welcome to Creatives on Fire. Are you oh so tired of the constant struggle to keep up on social media? Do you wish you had more time freedom to actually be creative? Well, listen, I'm Melanie Ferguson, a creative business coach and multi six figure online creative business owner who's made so many mistakes growing my blog and social media to hundreds of thousands of followers, only to look up and have very little to show for it. Once I put my head down and added a few key systems and strategies, everything changed for me. In this podcast, I'll be sharing my proven systems and shortcuts, turning those followers into paying customers. So if you're ready, let's take your online business to the next level and leave all the overwhelm behind. Okay, before we get started, I have a confession to make. I have spent the last 3 years literally writing love letters to Google. And what I mean by that is every single post that I wrote on my blog was 100% SEO optimized. And I am doing a complete 180, my friends. And I am doing what I should have done from the beginning, which was write love letters to my blog readers. So let's see if we can kind of navigate these Google changes together and make some sort of a difference. Because I don't know about you, but mama didn't raise no quitter. And when my traffic went from 3,000 Google sessions a day to 40 overnight, and that is a 40, I was devastated. Some of you guys are just getting started in the blogging world, and this is a great episode just for you to kind of have some insight on what you should be making sure of, what you should be paying attention to, and things of that nature. So I found out I had a crap ton. Is that even professional to say? Probably not, but a crap ton of broken links. All right, you guys, I'm going to give you a lot of not tools, maybe they're tools, but I'm going to give you a lot of things to refer to in this episode. And you can go over to the show notes and get all of them. All right. And I believe they're all free. So the first thing I'm going to tell you about is broken link check, not broken link checker, but broken link check. That is where I like to go in. I put my URL. Actually, I say I like. It was my first time to do this, y'all. In like 5 or 6 years of blogging, I had never checked for broken links before. And apparently, there's just some things you should be doing on the regular to make sure that you have the best chance of not losing traffic, right? So, checking all the broken links, going back and fixing them. Then I had a lot of orphaned pages. And I don't mean just pages, because orphaned pages means that it is a page with zero internal links to it. All right. So, I don't mean just orphan pages as in no links to other pieces of content. I'm talking about pages which would be like a post that have absolutely zero similarities to any other blogs on my site. And so not only were they orphaned because they didn't have a link to anything else, but like they had no bearing on any of the other content. And that's not good because you want a concise site that has specific links to each thing on your site. So, orphaned pages, and then it was so heavily SEO'd. I'm sure there was some keyword stuffing here and there. We're not pointing fingers or naming names, Melanie, but I know that I was writing specifically to Google because I wanted my stuff to rank. And you know what? It was working. It was working really well. I had a ton of traffic straight from Google. I was ranking number one for lots of keywords, and I was on page one for a ton of blog posts. So I know what I was doing was working until it wasn't. So that's another thing to kind of recognize and decide if you are willing to embrace is just the change. The fact that blogging is a living, breathing thing and that it is going to inevitably change. It's not set it and forget it. There's no such thing as evergreen really on in anything, my friend. So let's talk about what I'm doing where I am now. I looked at my blog and I'm like, okay, I just went from all this traffic to it's probably I would say it's about a quarter. It's about a quarter what it was. And so I decided that I am going to just reframe everything. Every blog post is going to be written to my ideal person, my ideal reader. I am going to ditch the perfectionism of trying to get every single thing perfect for Google, right? I am divorcing Google. I never thought I would get a divorce, but here I am. It doesn't mean I'm completely getting rid of everything. Now, this really pertains to my industry, which is DIY home decor, crafts, recipes, things of that nature. Other types of blogs may have to go a different route, but this is just what's worked well for me in case it helps you. So I start my search now on social media. Listen, that's where everybody is. It is where everybody is. And love it or hate it, that's where your people are if you're in my industry. So, social media first. So, you either love TikTok or you hate TikTok. I'm in the second camp. And so, and we don't even know what's going on with TikTok right now as far as whether it's going to be here in a year or not here in a year. But I will tell you, regardless, right now, that is where trends are starting. They're starting over on TikTok and then bleeding their way out to over on Facebook finally and Instagram and eventually to the blogs. And I don't want to be last. I want to be right at the beginning of the trend. So I will put a link in the show notes for TikTok trends where you don't have to log into TikTok. You don't even have to have a TikTok account to do this. And you can go in there and you can put a little prompt. They have a section of this trends site that has a little AI creative assistant. And I'm going to give you a prompt that says brainstorm TikTok creative DIY home decor ideas. And you can put in your niche there based on current top performing videos. And if you do that, it is going to pull up the top 10 performing videos right now. And you can just thumb through those and see if any of those ideas strike you or bring you to another idea. So I start on the TikTok creative assistant search. Then I will go over to Facebook groups. And if you have not done this yet, my friend, I have a couple episodes on Facebook groups and the power of the groups. You should maybe go listen to those, but I will join groups in my niche just to see what some of the ideas are because these are my people. They are in there sharing their latest and greatest things they either made or they bought or they found. And they're so excited about it. And if I come across a post with like hundreds of comments and it includes pictures and top end ideas and their twist on something and their twist on something. You can tell how excited they are about something and I'm like, boom, that's the next thing I need to share. Because if they love it and they're my people, my actual list will love it. So I will go to the Facebook niche groups, do a quick scroll, find some trending topics, and then second to lastly, I'll go over to Pinterest and see if that's over there yet. Now, a lot of times Pinterest does not have the most cutting edge. They don't always have the most cutting edge content because people pin stuff out really far in advance and usually it's not going to be something that just happened, you know? Doesn't mean it can't be, but it is not always something that just happened. So, you're going to want to go over to Pinterest, type in some keywords, see if it's over there. And then lastly, I'll go to my Ahrefs tool and I will put in some keyword ideas and look for some related ideas of words. All right. So then I've got my topic and my keywords and I'm ready to write my love letter to my people because I know it's content that they want. It's content that's trending. It's the latest. It's the greatest. And it loosely has some Google quality to it. And then I will pin. So I am leaning into Pinterest and it's working. It's working for me. And hear me well. I have let go of the pinning perfectionism problem because I don't know about you, but I used to be scared to pin because I was scared I'd pin too often. I didn't want to get in trouble for pinning the same URL. I didn't want to pin to the wrong board. I didn't want to pin a pen that was the wrong size or use the wrong text or no text or too much text. Or there were so many unknowns that I didn't understand about Pinterest that really kept me from pinning and pinning consistently. And let me tell you, my friend, that is all they want. All they want is for you to pin consistently. Let go of the pinning perfectionism problem. And so I'm pinning my new post, and then I'm pinning one each of two other blog posts that were popular a year ago or a couple years ago or 3 years ago, however long. If they're popular and still relevant, I'm creating a new pin and I'm sending it. And I put another new pin on it that is scheduled out for a week later. All right, my friend. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that you are encouraged if you did get hit by the Google update, and just, don't quit. Don't quit. You have so much into this, so much that you can do to create traffic sources from places other than just Google. And I will tell you, with these changes that I've made to, my content and how I'm writing the content, I think honestly, Google's liking it. Like, they keep calling me. Now, I keep hanging up on them, but Google keeps calling me and my numbers are climbing back up slowly from 40 to now it's 300, 400 sessions a day. So it's slowly coming back. And I tell you that to encourage you that it is a process, but it can be done. It can be done. But I'm not going to just make myself insane over what is lost. And I'm decided I'm not going to go back to every single one of my 800 posts and try to redo them to be perfect. I did take my top 10 and try to, do best practices on them, but I'm just going to move forward. I'm going to move forward and leave my content where it is, not make that mistake of starting to de-index things that I thought maybe shouldn't be on my blog. I have gone back in and I have restructured my nav bar, the navigation, your menu, to be a little more user friendly for my readers, where it's very, very obvious. This is a category. It's also a menu item. And so I would just encourage you to take a step back, look at your blog with a bird's eye view, and kind of see where you are, and look at the places that your time can be best spent. And you'll probably find that it's not on tweaking every single piece of content you already have on your blog, but maybe it's just tweaking a few things that stand out, like these broken links and orphan pages, and maybe your menu, and then keep moving forward with a new strategy where you are actually catering to your readers. I'm also making sure to step up my email list and email listing or emailing game. And instead of just emailing my people once a week, which I was doing, my efforts are 3 times a week now, so that we have more of a conversation, more of a relationship going on. So I will email them on a Tuesday and just give them something fresh that I have worked on since we last spoke. And then on Friday, I send them a short little email with like my favorite things that I found online. So it's a strictly affiliate type of an email. And then on Saturday is when they get my collective, which is a roundup of everything that I've shared online that week. So I feel like just touching my readers 3 times a week and making it reader focused instead of Google focused is going to keep me in the game. But tune in and I will keep you updated. I hope this was helpful, my friend. And until next time, don't forget, just stay creative. Thank you so much, my friend, for tuning in each and every week. If you learned something new or were inspired from today's episode, I would be incredibly grateful if you would take a minute and just leave a review. Bonus points if you share this episode by screenshotting it and tagging me on social at Creatives on Fire Podcast. I'll share you in my stories when you do. In the meantime, keep rocking your business, and don't forget, no one else will ever be you, and that is your creative superpower.